Okay, let's get started. Today you need your math notebook, whiteboard, whiteboard marker, and pencil. Let's review. In one recipe for bread, Caesar uses 96 ounces of flour. How many pounds of flour does he use? Go ahead and pause the video and try to solve. Okay, you should think about first what you know. 16 ounces equals a pound. So to go from 16 ounces to a pound, we have to divide by 16. What I need to know is 96 ounces divided by 16 equals, what does that equal? It equals 6. 16 can go into 96 6 times, and it works out evenly. If we were to estimate, we'd have 100 divided by 20, which equals 5. 16 times 5 is 80. 16 times 6 is 96. So you could use estimation to let you know where to start when you're doing your guess and check. So you started at 16 times 5, got 80, and tried one more and got exactly 96. So the answer, or the quotient, is 6. So today we will find the quotient using the standard algorithm. So let's start by looking at 864 divided by 27. Can we divide 800s by 27? Another way to think about that is, can 27 go into 8? Or can we make groups of 27 out of 8? No, so we're going to go to the next digit. So we're going to put a 0 there. Can we divide 800s by 27? No. So we put the 0. Can we divide 86 tens by 27? Yeah. So let's use estimation to help us when we're going to guess and check. So estimation will help us know where to start to do our guess and check. So we're going to turn 27 into 30. Okay? And then we're going to think of a number that 30 can go into evenly. So we're going to try 90, because remember, we're not working with 864 right now, we're working with 86. So we're going to turn 86 into 90 to make our estimation. So 90 divided by 30 is 3. So we're going to start our guess and check at 3. So we're going to do 27 times 3. And we end up with 81. So we're going to stop there because we know if we do 27 another time, that's going to go over 86. So we'll try 4, which is 108. It goes way over 86. Okay, so we have 3. So 3 times 27, we already did the work over here, is 81. So we're going to write that down here. 3 times 27 is 81. We're going to subtract. Okay, so we have 5 left over. Now, this arrow is showing us we're going to bring down the next digit. All right, so we have 3, and then we have 54. Okay, can we divide 54 ones by 27? Yeah, 27 can go into 54, so let's estimate. So now we're estimating with 54 and 27. So we can make 54 50, and we can make 27 25. Just made a little mark there. We can make 27 25. So we're going to estimate 50 divided by 25 equals 2. So we can start at 2 with our guess and check. 27 times 2 is 54. It's an exact match. It goes in perfectly. So we are obviously going to use 2. Now, 2 times 27 is 54, and we subtract and get no remainder. So our quotient is 32. If we're gonna check our work, we'd have 32 times 27, and it should equal 864. Let's see if it works. And we do. We get 864. All right, this one, try to do the same thing on your whiteboard. Go ahead and pause the video and press play when you're ready. Okay. You should have gotten 23 as your quotient. So go ahead and take a look at the work and match it up to what you did on your whiteboard. Okay, if the volume of a right rectangular prism is 884 cubic inches and it has a base area of 34 square inches, what is the height? So what are we going to do to solve this? We have the area, the total volume, right? And we know the area, so we need to divide to figure out what the height is. So we're going to do 884 divided by 34. Well, let's look. Can 34 go into 8? Can we divide 8 hundreds without regrouping? No. So 34 can go into 88. Can we divide 88 tens without regrouping? Yeah, so let's use estimation. Okay. We're looking at 88 and 34, remember. So 34 is going to become 30 because we're rounding to the nearest 10. And then 88 will become 90. When you're estimating with division, you really want to look for a number that divides evenly. So 90 divided by 30 works. 30 can go into 90 3 times. Okay? So we're going to start our guess and check at 3. So we're going to multiply 34 times 3. And we end up with 102. That was too big, so now we have to go down to 2. 102 is more than 88, so we're going to try 2. 34 times 2 is 68, so that works. So 2 times 34, and then we're going to write 68. Now we're going to subtract. And we get 20 left over, and we're going to bring down the 4. So now we have 204. Can 34 go into 204? Yes. So here's what we're going to do now. Let's use estimation again with 204 and 34 to figure out where we can start our guess and check. So let's make 204 200 divided by, let's make 34 40. Now remember, we're not rounding when we're dividing and we're estimating. We're not necessarily rounding it by the rounding rules per se, but rather making numbers that divide evenly and friendly. 200 divided by 40, that divides evenly, so that is what we are going to do. Okay, so 200 divided by 40 equals 5. So we're going to start our guess and check at 5. 34 times 5 is 170. Let's make sure we can't do more. 34 times 6 is 204 exactly. So we are going to use 6. 6 times 34 is 204. And if we subtract, we get nothing left over, which means we don't have a remainder, and our quotient is 26. So our answer is 26 inches is the height. If we were going to check our work, we would do 34 times 26, and it should equal 884. Let's double check. And it does. Okay, on this one, if a right rectangular prism has a volume of 992 cubic feet and a base area of 32 square feet, what is the height of the prism? So go ahead and solve this on your whiteboard. Press pause and then press play when you're ready. Okay, you should have gotten 31 as your quotient. Go ahead and take a look and make sure your work matches what you see. Press pause if you need to. Okay, the next notes question. Now we have a 4-digit by 2-digit. So 4,264 divided by 52. Okay, so can we divide 4,000s without regrouping? No, 52 cannot go into 4, so we're going to move to the next digit. Can we divide 4,200s without, it should say 4,200s without regrouping? No, so we're going to have to move on to the next digit. Can we divide 426 tens without regrouping? Yeah. 52 can definitely go into 426. So let's use estimation. So remember, we're going to find friendly numbers to work with. We're going to start with our divisor. We're going to make 50 to 50. And then we're going to make 426 400. 50 can go into 400 8 times. 400 divided by 50 is 8. So we're going to start our guess and check at 8. 52 times 8 equals 416. Does that work? Okay, let's make sure we can't do one more. And it's 468, which is too big. It goes over. It's bigger than 426. So 8 is our magic number. So we're going to put 8. 8 times 52, we already did the work, so we're going to write 416. Okay, so we have 8 times 52 equals 416. So now we're going to subtract. And we end up with 10, and then we're going to bring down. It's our next step. So we bring down the 4. And we have 104. So let's use estimation again to guess and check. 52 can definitely go into 104, so we are going to use estimation. So let's start with our divisor of 52, and we're going to make that 50, and then let's make our dividend 100. 100 divided by 50 equals 2. So we're going to start at 2. 52 times 2, which equals 104. Exactly. So 2, we're going to put 2 here. 2 times 52 equals 104. Exactly. And we subtract and we have no remainder. So our quotient is 82. And then our next step is to check our work with multiplication. 82 times 52 should equal 4,264. Let's see if we got it. And we do. It matches. Okay. Next one, solve on your whiteboard. Go ahead and pause the video and then press play when you're ready. Okay, you should have gotten 73 as your quotient. Go ahead and take a look. and make sure what you did matches. Okay, in closure, why is estimating important? Why can't we check out answers with multiplication? Why is it important to check your answer with multiplication? And the last one, go ahead and solve 399 divided by 21. Okay, so we know estimating is important because it helps us to have a starting point. If we estimate in the beginning, it lets us know whether our answer is reasonable. And then if we estimate while we're solving, it helps us to figure out where to start with our guess and check. We can check answers with multiplication because multiplication and division are opposite operations. It's important to check your answer with multiplication because you make sure that your answer is correct. If your answer is incorrect, it won't work. Okay, and solve 399 divided by 21. You should have gotten the quotient of 19. All right, please make sure you complete your problem set and homework.